relative departure. Where is our love of ancient days, when all was rosy red, and everything was more than beautiful, as we went basking in our youth, of only positiveness, generosity, and sunshine, while humility was ruler of the universe, and we subordinated naturally, feeling part of it and sharing it with joy and harmony of limitless proportions? Alas, my love, it's all now gone, but only temporarily, since only you are missing, and as I miss you, everything is gloom, while only dreams of peccorial nostalgia comfort me, reminding me of my pathetic weakness, as my empty life now only fills with memories of you, until you will be back, which I sincerely hope will happen soon, since it can never be too soon, while actually we never really parted anyway, since that is spiritually an impossibility. The harmony of our souls. As we blend together, fleeting in and out, there is a concord of our music that defies expression, as the harmonies are out of this world, sounding the more deeply in the inner universe of spirits, which you only reach transcendentally by an insight more profound than even music can express. Thus are we one in spirit, even separated and apart, belonging as much to each other as to that more sovereign authority and power that resounds and rules the universe with harmonies that never can be false. Våra själars harmoni. När vi sammanblandas och går ut och in uti varandra uppstår det en hög samstämmighet som trotsar varje uttryck, då den harmonin är bortom denna världen och ljuder desto mera djupt i andlighetens inre universum, som du bara når transcendentalt genom insiktsfullhet djupare än vad musiken till och med kan ge. Så är vi samma själ och ande, även separerade och åtskilda, och tillhör lika fullt varandra som den högre maktens väsen som vibrerar genom hela universum och kreerar det med harmonier som ej någonsin blir falska. The inadequacy of words. Never say I love you if you mean it, 'cause it's such a worn-out phrase, diluted into such a commonness, that it's become a mess of empty words that can't be taken seriously for being the most commonplace of all. No, if you really mean it, make it better, make it deeper, make it art with thoughtfulness, consideration and profundity, so that at least it gives some afterthought and is remembered, like a riddle and enigma, like a poem with more substance than just superficiality, with something worth sustaining and remembering for lasting treasurableness. The Genocide Olympics. Sarkozy is going there, the president of France, to boost French business with a genocide autocracy, although he previously was eager to lead boycott protests against China, which continues persecuting innocents like Falun Gong practitioners, a constant gold mine for Chinese authorities for harvesting of human organs safely in the mental wards where Falun Gong practitioners are put away, reduced to apathy and drugged unconscious for the profitable organ market greed, together with all other religious minorities like Christians, Buddhists, not to speak of farmers, causing demonstration trouble all across the country for their being used, exploited and evicted, while the genocide goes on in secret in Tibet, with covert murdering of monks and prisoners brought into jail on mere suspicion. The Berlin Olympics 72 years ago were also a manifestation triumph of successful propaganda for totalitarianism, But then the Germans had not yet commenced their genocide procedure, and the Moscow failed Olympics 1980 were at least subjected to the boycott of some 50 nations. Now concerning China, everybody knows about the genocide that constantly goes on, and still not only Bush, but even Sarkozy, the momentary chairman of the European Union, which officially is democratic, will pay homage to the Genocide Olympics for the sake of European business interests in the greatest and most cruel of all autocracies, that nurtures Burma and its junta and was backing up Pol Pot before Zimbabwe and Sudan. Folkmordsolympiaden. Sarkozy ska åka dit, Frankrikes president, för Frankrikes affärsintressens skull hos folkmordsdiktaturen. Fastän tidigare han var ivrig för bojkott av Kina, som lugnt fortsätter förfölja de oskyldiga som falungongutövare, en medicinsk organguldgruva för kinesiska affärsintressen inom medicinen, då det lugnt kan skörda mänskliga organ, där det stängt in bandlysta falungongutövare på hemliga mentalsjukhus och håller dem neddrogade och hjärnförlamade för skörd och exploatering av deras organ för den så lukrativa internationella marknaden, tillsammans med besläktade kategorier av önskvärda som kristna och buddhister och medvetna bönder som orsakar bråk och demonstrerar över hela landet för att de har förfördelats, utnyttjats och vräkts. Allt medan folkmorden i hemlighet fortsätter i Tibet och Turkestan med hemliga avrättningar av munkar och av fångar som berövats friheten för minsta misstanke. När olympiaden firades för 72 år sedan i Berlin var även det en triumfartad manifestation av lyckad propaganda för en diktatur, men då höll tyskarna ännu på med något folkmord. Olympiaden 1980 i Moskva bojkottades av 50 länder, men beträffande den aktuella Kina-situationen kände alla till vad Kina hade gjort och gjorde med sitt ständigt pågående folkmord. Men ändå så ställde inte bara Bush upp, men även Sarkozy, ordföranden just nu för Europas union, som ändå anses vara någon sorts demokrati, för folkmordsolympiaden, för de europeiska affärernas intressens sak, rövslickande den grymmaste och största diktaturen som ser till att Burma-juntan kan fortsätta sitt omänskliga förtryck och som förgav Pol Pot-regimen allt sitt stöd förrän de även sanktionerade Zimbabwe och Sudan med deras folkmord. Music to our souls. The sweetness of our song comes bringing peace to our nights with rhythmical perfection permanence, in silent whispers of the loveliest intimacy, like some immortal melody that never can stop playing, but goes on forever in increasing beauty, by each bar and intensification, lulling us to sleep in love to ever softer beats of tenderness, while this inspires but one wish. Let this go on forever. Let us stay in love like this and keep sustaining it, no matter how exhausting it might be, for it is worth it, every effort and humiliation, just to keep the finest of all music going. Approfondazione. Translator's note, there is no equivalent in English. Love must be an idealism in order to at all exist, subsist, and breathe. But all idealism, they say, is but illusion and a self-deceit. So grant me that illusion then, and with me everybody else. For no one can exist without true love. And if true love is always an illusion, that illusion then can but be true. So keep me still in that illusion that I love and may continue doing so, without adversity or sabotage, defeat, resistance, or malicious undoing. And let me keep on cultivating that capacity for love to ever make it more sincere, profound, and deeply felt. And I believe that that can do no harm, but only reach the opposite: constructiveness, accomplishment, and consummation. Anticipation. No matter how we age, for me you will always be the same, like in our youth when we were at our fairest. And although our withering since 30 years have marked our brows with sinister corruption, our friendship has increased the more in beauty and in depth of mutual respect. What are all worldly sorrows with a global meltdown and our planet burning up, with human poisoning of carelessness corrupting our environment, to the pleasure of our meeting once again, together after too long a geographic separation? Looking forward to our reuniting and the reinforcement of our friendship is for me a universal joy of such immensity that it excludes the possibility of any worldly crisis. The hippie king. To me you are the king of hippies, matching all the bum ideals of freedom without limits, any self-indulgence but within control, heroic continuity in underground democracy against autocracy, bureaucracy, and all totalitarianism, and humble service at the same time to all humankind in careful modesty, while in private your flamboyant intellectual brilliance and extravagance are more than boundless. Let me never lose your generosity, so that I always, when in moments of dark moods and dire straits, may save my spirits by enriching it with yours, as the most permanent, reliable example of constructiveness that I could ever find among humanity. Mirror mirages. Never believe your eyes. The only ones who tell the truth are lies. If one day you don't recognize yourself looking deep into the mirror, then the mirror at last is telling you the truth. All reality is just a passing mirage, and we are all deceived fools who believe in it, while only the doubters have any reason, only the sufferers know life, only tears know love, only pain is free from lies, and only death can open your eyes and will reveal the only actual reality, which is the somber machinations behind this shallow faked shadow play which exists only to bury the soul alive. Speglade hägringar, tro aldrig vad du ser. Sanningen avslöjas blott av lögner. Om du en dag inte längre ser dig själv i spegeln, så har spegeln äntligen för en gångs skull sagt sanningen. All verklighet är bara en bedräglig hägringsflyktighet, och vi idioter som vill hålla oss till den är bara självbedragna narrar och bedragare, då endast tvivlare har något sunt förnuft, då endast det som lider känner livet, endast det som gråter känner kärleken, och endast smärtan är helt fri från lögner, medan endast döden öppnar våra ögon för att avslöja den enda faktiska realiteten som är allt det bistra osynliga i kulisserna bakom det falska ytliga skuggspelet av vårt fåfänga livs bittra oskönhet som existerar blott för att begrava själen levande. When in darkest moods I think of you, my love, with all the nastiness that we together have gone through, I don't know whether I shall weep or rave, and risk indulging in them both ferociously, while there is very little comfort in the fact that our love is still enduring, although we can almost never see each other. Wallowing in my imagination of how it could be and could have been is like a masochistic escapism that offers as much pain as sensual release, as if the bad accompaniment of good was necessary. I would rather do without reality then than be without those dreams of mirage comfort that seem after all more real than cruel reality, since there is more love in my wishful thinking than in all the world of sensual deception. I mörka ögonblick, när i svaga ögonblick av djupa depressioner jag flyr hem till dig i mina tankar och betänker allt det fasansfulla vi tillsammans gått igenom, vet jag inte om jag ska bli galen eller gråta, men riskerar båda delarna och det ordentligt. Medan det finns väldigt lite tröst i det att faktiskt genom allt vår kärlek dock har överlevt, fastän vi nästan aldrig mer kan se varandra. Frossandet i mina fantasier över hur det kunde vara och kunde ha blivit är som ett slags masochistisk eskapism som skänker lika mycket smärta som tillfällig lindring, som om allt det goda alltid måste ledsagas av ont. Jag är då hellre utan verkligheten än försakar dessa drömmars hägringar av tröst, som trots allt verkar mera tillförlitliga än verklighetens grymhet, då det finns så mycket mera kärlek i mitt önsketänkande än i all världens sinnliga bedrägerier. When your life is ruined, what do you do when your life is ruined to those who ruined it? Revenge? Is any retaliation possible? Seek justice and amendment, correction of mistakes and arbitrary wrongs? Protest and demonstrate and join the street mobs? No, it's all a waste of energy and time. The only thing worth doing is to start again all over, patiently from the beginning, and at best you'll next time manage to avoid the parasites, hyenas, brutes and hooligans, those ignorants who did not know what they were doing. Bland ruinerna. Vad gör man när man fått sitt liv förstört med dem som avsiktligt förstörde det? Är någon form av gottgörelse möjlig? Hämnd och vedergällning? Kan man söka rättvisa och rättelse av misstag och godtyckligt självsvåldsövergrepp? Ska man gå ut och demonstrera, arrangera vilda strejker, protestera våldsamt och bli del av gatuvåldet och dess pöbel? Nej, det är allt bara slöseri med tid och energi. Det enda vettiga att göra är att starta om och börja om från början, med att tålmodigt försöka bygga upp allting på nytt. Och har man tur kan man i bästa fall en annan gång undvika parasiterna, hyenorna, barbarerna och huliganerna och alla destruktiva idioter som i okunskap ej visste vad de gjorde. Unacceptability. Who shall save the world when everything is going wrong? The only superpower going down the bog of economical disaster as the natural result of warring madness, failure in Iraq, a king-size caca and the worst mistake in US history, destroying universally its credibility while it gets into the economic clutches of the greatest, cruelest and worst dictatorship, the fascist state of lies called China, spreading its colonial tentacles all round in Southeast Asia and Africa, a new colonial superpower to which USA is falling into economic slavery. What shall we do? What can we do? I'm afraid that all that we can do is to at least take care of our own freedom and integrity as individuals, refusing brainwash, imposition and extortion, and our hope and comfort is the fact that all successful revolutions start from inside, in the heart and soul, and that at least is still in our possession and our power. We just have to accept it. Tribute to Kathy and Mike. It's such a pleasure to have it confirmed that you are still around, Mike, and that we have never lost you. Kathy is your crowned princess still, and she keeps up our poetry with flying colours of the highest quality in your name, for not only you to still be proud of. Celebrating you this day is already a tradition. Kathy on the day of Herman Melville and his elder sailing writing colleague Henry Dana, and we do it now with even greater emphasis because of the regretted absence of our missing Mike, although our celebration at the same time for the character it takes becomes sincerely a reminder of his being still around and being with us, most of all with you, of course. Accept my humble celebration on your birthday, as I ever will continue to accept that Mike was here to never leave us. Love unbreakable. I hope you always will remain aware that I remain as constant in our love as ever, dreaming of you every night when we don't sleep together, to enjoy the only perfect bliss that sexuality can offer, reaching satisfaction without hurting, although it is never without pains. You were the only one who never slowed me down, while at the same time our love was always reciprocal, never without dialogue, return and feedback, which is why it always could continue, growing and expanding and developing. The crises that were unavoidable with constant interruptions never led to infidelity or any breakup, but to glorious renewals only, resurrections and continued richness of our intercourse. Of course, we hope that it will last forever, while we both know that although it must be definitely interrupted sometime, it will merely continue in another life to just take on another form again. Oslagbar kärlek. Jag hoppas att du alltid är förvissad om att jag förblir så trogen i vår kärlek som jag alltid varit, då jag drömmer om dig varje natt, som vi ej delar i den enda salighet som sexualitet kan erbjuda, fulländad tillfredsställelse och utan kränkning, utan övergrepp och utan sår i känslorna, hur mycket det ändå kan göra ont. Du var den enda som mig någonsin höll mig tillbaka, lade broms på mig och krävde mindre än jag gav. Allt medan ändå kärleken emellan oss förblev beständigt ömsesidig genom dialog och växelverkan, varför den jämt fortsatte att växa, utvecklas och expandera. Kriserna var oundvikliga med sina avbrotts ständighet, men ledde aldrig till att länkar brast i otrohet, men blott till härliga uppståndelser och återhämtningar med rikare intensitet i umgänget än någonsin. Naturligtvis så hoppas vi att det ska alltid vara så, allt medan vi dock vet för väl att fastän det en gång ska avbrytas definitivt, så blir det bara för att i ett annat liv tas upp igen i andra former. The power of love. Let me penetrate your lovely hair and make it mine to play with, hide in, vanish in, and quietly extol in, while caressing it admiringly for your so sweet and personable being, with the utmost tenderness approaching love, and being it and nothing else for both of us to have as a most memorable joy forever. Let me dream of you with only goodness, and I will be certain that our mutual love eventually will by its enigmatical delight redeem all mankind, history, and all the rotten world. The constant reunion. My friend, we seek each other only once a year, but every time it is like yesterday since we last met and parted, just to join again year after year, as if all time was but a fleeting moment's nonsense of no consequence at all, an unimportant twinkling of an eye, which makes all history appear as most absurd, considering the real condition of dimensions. friendship and reunion gloriously transcending them, to never tire of reducing all eternity to nothing. Love is all that matters, and as long as we keep sticking to it, we are safer then and safe from all eternity. The League of Beauty. They are everywhere, the partners and the intimates of this our union, those who know the worth of beauty, and who therefore are subscribed to love forever with a constancy transcending the material universe with all its vague illusions that are bound to ever lose to beauty's inner worth that overcomes all egoistic artifice of vanity, mundane ambition, greed and folly, to forever and continually restore the order of life's only everlasting law of all existence, that the truth of love and beauty is the only league that holds, ensuring life and nature and survival, and that nothing can withstand the force of love. The Way of Love. This is a song. Unfortunately, I can't give the music here as well. The way of love is like a dove. It soars forever, is home in heaven, will never even go home for even, because it never can sleep out fever, but is forever a restless rover, the holiest ghost. My brothers, my friend, you must not warn me of your aspects. The change of looks will never change your person, and meeting you again has never caused me consternation, although years have passed between our reunification, which the constant process of our mutual rejuvenation never actually has let us down. You are forever in my mind, and I can feel that you have never left me, although already as boys we felt the crisis of our lives becoming almost something of a constant separation. Strangely, both my best friends were approximately born on the same day, like twins, but so extremely opposite each other in their background, character and personality, and even in their opposite approach to love. And still, you are to me more close than brothers, and I know that brotherhood will last much longer and beyond all ties of family and blood.